Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your phone calls, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. There is actually a lot going on. Auburn got postponed last night up in Lexington. They'll play a doubleheader today. It's the last series of the year for college baseball. Then we'll move into the SEC tournament next week, and then hopefully on to hosting a regional for the Auburn Tigers. That's still yet to be determined, but Auburn going to tick first pitch, I think, today, 1 o'clock for Game 1 against Kentucky, and then after that, immediately following, I think, like 40 minutes after the first game, Game 2. So looking forward to that. Softball NCAA regionals begin today. Auburn up in South Carolina at the Clemson Regional. I think it's a decent draw for Auburn. If they can take care of Louisiana Lafayette, I like their chances.
They're not playing very good coming down the stretch.
That's a lot.
That's the only thing I don't have.
Yeah.
Anything's going to be positive because I don't have very high expectations because of the way they played the last 3-4 weeks.
Right.
It's like Auburn basketball. It doesn't mean the team wasn't good. It just means that
kinda went cold
you just haven't. Auburn decided to play its worst basketball at the wrong time. In the Final Four year, they decided to play their best basketball at the right time. So it's all about what you do.
It has a lot to do with it.
Right, and if Auburn baseball can do what they've been doing and go up here and at least win 2 or 3 from Kentucky and get 17 wins in the book, if they sweep, get 18.
That would be
but end on a high note. Kentucky's a sneaky team. You look at their record, you go, well, they ought to go, but they're fighting for their life trying to get to Hoover. So you've got a wounded animal. Yeah. You better show up. So
Auburn golf in action as well. The men's, they move on to the second round. They are next week. That'll be in Arizona. The women about to get started in the second round as they made it and going for a national championship, playing there in Arizona as well. So both of those going on. We'll talk about that. We can talk about anything you'd like to talk about. Jason Caldwell from inside the Auburn Tigers is going to join us a little bit later on in today's show. Be sure to stay tuned for that. But a lot of topic of conversation, obviously, the last couple of days.
It's been real quiet, ain't it?
Yeah, really. It's one of those fun days. But on Wednesday, Dave and I reacted to it yesterday. The comments by Nick Saban, he has come out now since and apologized, which that's maybe a first. But Jimbo Fisher, I don't think he has apologized.
He's not going
and he's not going to. I think he has made his feelings clear on the matter. Deion Sanders got involved in it as well because he got kind of called out by Nick Saban as well.
And they're athlete buddies.
Wouldn't necessarily, yeah, really.
They're athlete buddies.
I don't necessarily think he called out Deion. He just
said he paid him $1 million.
He paid him.
All right, here's the thing. Nick Saban is an introverted guy, and he has to do all these public appearances. And he's up there talking about something about 50 days from the World Games, which he probably didn't even want to be there to begin with. So he's already probably pissed off that he was having to do that. And he was up on stage, and then there was a question, and he was tired of answering them, and he said, look, here's the deal. And when somebody reaches a level, where you're already pissed off, and somebody, just one thing can set you off, Hal McRae, in the press conference that we all hearken back to when he was in his office. And, it started out real docile.
Yeah.
Reporters standing around. And somebody said, well, why didn't you substitute that guy for George Brett? And he said, man, I don't have time for all this S. And he starts, just kind of flipping everybody's recorders off the desk. Before you knew it, he done thrown a phone, hit somebody in the face, and he done got tied up in the wires and everything else, and he'd cussed everybody in the whole building out. And so Saban's sitting up there, and I didn't say it got to that extreme, but he probably said, look, I'm tired of y'all hearing that Texas A&M beat us. They bought everybody, okay? And if y'all want to give them credit, so be it. And once he said it, he probably went, okay, here we go, in the back of his mind. And then he added in the Jackson State comment with Deion Sanders. I'm not giving him a pass. when you step off into something, you step off into it. But, then you knew there was going to be a shot fired back across the bow, and that's what Jimbo Fisher did. And, Jimbo Fisher has taken a few shots here in the last several months since the recruiting. And, where there's smoke, there's fire. They've had how many 5-stars in the last 5 years, and then all of a sudden they get 7 in 1 year? You go, well, something changed. Well, I don't know what it is, but we kind of have an idea, but something changed. And so, but the comment that Nick Saban mentioned that they ain't paid they ain't buy a single player is, I'm not saying they bought somebody this year or how much it paid, but let's kind of rein that in a little bit.
See, that was the big. I think that was the problem that everybody had the most, is that he implied Texas A&M, by saying we did it the right way, he implied they did it the wrong way.
I can promise you back in 2008 that they didn't do it the right way, because they were coming off of,
I think we got a phone call.
07, and what went on in 07, and him inheriting that and going 7-6. Then all of a sudden he got every recruit he wanted. Go ahead, caller. You're on Auburn Blitz.
Hey, guys, it's Luke.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Wanted to chime in here really quickly. Brett, I think it's a little different than what you're saying. I see your point. I think it was a little more calculated than that. I don't doubt the fact that Saban probably didn't want to be there, but I do think he certainly knew exactly what he was doing when he said that. I do think he probably regrets. I do think he probably took it a little too far. And I think he genuinely wishes he hadn't gone as far as he did with it. But then that being said, what's funny about all this to me, first of all, I got a text from a buddy of mine that is friends with a former assistant of both Nick Saban and I believe Jimbo Fisher, or at least he worked with him at some point. And I said, well, boy, ask him about, what he thinks about all this. And he said, he's been so busy recruiting, he's working at another place now, another Power 5 team. He said he hadn't really seen it. He said the only way he's really been able to hear about it is Lane Kiffin incessantly texts him the video and says, can you believe he said this? Can you believe he said that? And so it's been kind of funny because apparently Lane's not out recruiting right now, and he's probably enjoying this as much as anybody. I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, what I found interesting, I mean, there's so much to unpack here, but if you go back to what Jimbo was saying in his press conference, and I don't think anybody has a problem with him being a little bit upset. I think people should have at least raise an eyebrow to the fact that he was clearly shaken to his core. And then I also found it interesting that he threw out all these innuendos, and he kept saying, just ask anybody who works for him.
Right.
They don't like him. They don't want to work with him. They know where the bodies are buried. And I can't believe one reporter in that whole room didn't say, well, you worked for him, so here's your opportunity. You have the microphone by yourself right now. You're calling him a narcissist while you called a press conference, and you're sitting at the table by yourself with a microphone. And if you want to, you want to make accusations, then all you got to do is clarify. You worked with him for several years. Y'all are good friends. In fact, that's one thing that the assistant that my buddy was eating with said he actually found it kind of weird because they are very good friends in real life.
Maybe not anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say were.
Not anymore. Maybe not anymore, true. But that's why he said he found it weird.
Right.
I also found it kind of interesting, the one thing that nobody's talking about, Jimbo Fisher, because what Saban was alluding to was the collectives and, what the collectives can and cannot do. And Jimbo Fisher went out of his way, and nobody's really pointed this out, to say, I don't know what our collective's doing. Now, after his rant about how much he hates liars and how much he hates this and how much he hates that, my daddy would have slapped me and all that stuff while he was shaking and his water bottle was boiling over. Another reporter should have stood up and said, you don't know what's going on with your own collective. You don't know that. Now, if you don't know it, it seems like you're either being negligent.
I think the press was probably just so taken back by his fieriness and what was coming out of his mouth, because the unanimous reaction from everybody yesterday was, I can't believe what I'm hearing. I can't believe what he's saying. And I think it stunned the press so much that they just weren't in that mode now that you've had time to process all this. And the next time Jimbo Fisher goes before Mike, then those questions probably will come out. And I think
if they don't, I think I would – the first thing I would do is say the media is really missing a golden opportunity here. I mean, because that'd be my first question. And the second thing is, if you don't know what your own collective is doing, you're either being completely negligent and oblivious as a head coach, or you're lying yourself. Those are the only two options. There's no other option.
I'm with you. I would have loved to hear how Nick Saban's been doing all this for 15 years.
I just find it funny that number one, a guy who's having a press conference by himself with nobody else up there and took essentially very few questions, sat at a table by himself with a microphone and had the audacity to call somebody else a narcissist. Meanwhile, he loves to talk about doing things the right way, and I don't think we all need to discuss very much the Jameis Winston situation that he went through, and it wasn't just one, it was several.
Oh, no. This is the Spider-Man meme.
Hypocrisy and all this.
That's what I'm saying. This is the Spider-Man meme on steroids. You know, Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher pointing at one another. I can promise you, Jimbo Fisher learned everything he's doing from Nick Saban, and now he's calling him out because Nick Saban's not happy that he's not finishing number one. It's a clear case of, you know, I'm just going to attack you because I'm now doing stuff that you've been doing for 15 years. I mean, this isn't over. This is going to continue.
I'm not sure it is over. I'm with you. I'm not sure it is. And I think that's where I think I think Saban knew Jimbo Fisher would respond the way he did, which is, you know, get up there with the – you ever been –
Hey, if you'll hold for a second, Luke, we'll come back.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Don't miss the Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by America's First, May 20th through the 22nd. It's the South's largest in-water boat show featuring pontoons from Bennington, Sun Tracker, Silver Wave, Bentley Starcraft, and Avalon. Plus fishing boats from Carolina Skiff, Tracker, Ranger, Nitro, Express, wake boats from Mastercraft and more. Fireworks Friday night, lake lifestyle vendors, live music, and a free concert Saturday night featuring country superstar Tyler Farr. Admission is free. Go to LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
GMC Sierra 1500 AT4s, all-terrain four-wheel drives, are ready to roll now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika and discounted up to $3,800 off. And check out the GMC heavy-duty 2500s and 3500s. GMC Acadia, save up to $4,500 now with 0% financing on most new GMC models.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Going to go back to the phone line. Luke, our good friend, still holding on with us, our resident Bammer. Luke, continue on.
You know, one other thing that stood out to me from Jimbo's press conference, I know that, you know, all of us being from the South, we've certainly seen this, where you go to a party or you go to a get-together and two dudes end up getting in a quabble. And they one of them's like, hold me back so I don't kill this guy. And you know good and well he's saying, hold me back because I don't want none of this guy. And I think that's how Jimbo came off to me. Whenever you come off with, well, this guy's a liar, and I can tell you why he's a liar. Ask anybody. Well, we're asking you, Jimbo. I mean, you worked for him. You seem to know all the answers, so why don't you back that up? And nobody did. I mean, nobody asked him. And he didn't volunteer the info either. He could have very easily volunteered whatever info he claims to have. And he didn't do it, which tells me he's either A, lying, or B, which he also went off on a rail about how much he hates liars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, which we all know this, that if you do any football recruiting, and this goes from Bear Bryant, Joe Paterno, Brian Harsin, Nick Saban, if there's anybody who's ever recruited in football, and you hadn't told a lie, you ain't recruiting very well.
Well, I was going to say, I'm not sure he's lying. I think he's probably hesitant because he's either done exactly what Nick Saban's done or done worse, which I'm not saying, but both of them have done it, and that's why he's not willing to offer it up. And I think that's kind of where.
But see, Brett, that begs the question then. If you don't have the cojones.
Right. I'm saying that. I wish he'd come on out and say, you know, I hate somebody say I got all this info on somebody and they go, all right, what is it? And you don't release it. I mean.
Well, and it wasn't, look now, I mean, it wasn't Jimbo Fisher that started this. This is a reaction.
I agree.
This is not him going out saying.
Well, when he comes out, though.
It's not really on him.
Well, no, it's on him because he's been accused of something. So when somebody accuses, hold on a second, Luke. When somebody accuses me of something, I want to come out and say, all right, you hold up just a minute. The guy accusing me of doing this has been doing A, B, C, D, E, and F since he started coaching. Okay? So
and let me say this, Brett. Nick Saban very clearly, all you have to do is watch the whole video. Everybody's keen on the snippet. Nick Saban didn't say he did anything illegal. He never said that. He never used the word cheat. He never said illegal. He never said Jimbo Fisher.
No, he just said he paid him.
But wait a minute now.
But hang on.
But wait, he did imply it because he said they bought every player. We did it the right way. If you say we did it the right way, you imply he did it the wrong way.
That's true.
Okay, and you can go with that implication. I get it. Now, having said that, and again, this is where he screwed up. I'm not saying Saban is in the clear on this. He's not. Where he screwed up was the intent of this was to say, you know, you're not supposed to be able to use NIL is good. I mean, Saban went on Sirius XM yesterday and tried to clarify all this. And he was very calm about it. And he said, look, my point is I'm all for people getting all the money they can get anywhere, okay? But NIL is supposed to be when you get on campus, you can get whatever sponsorship you want. But you're not supposed to be able to incentivize coming there through NIL. Now, again, that's very tricky, but that's where the murky waters are, and that's where I think Saban is very frustrated in the sense that this has not been clarified. And here's where I blame the NCAA for basically throwing up their hands and saying, y'all figure it out. Well, the y'all figure it out problem is, you know, some people, let's take the University of Miami. I mean, it is pretty well known that transfer from Kansas State went to Miami because he got a certain scholarship, because he got a certain sponsorship. And then somebody was going to leave Miami because they were like, I want to match that. And Saban's whole point is we don't want to get to this point anymore. This is what everybody's trying to stop because this is awful for everybody. And if one school is allowed to promise X amount of $100,000 when you get to campus before you ever sign on the dotted line, it makes it very difficult.
Well, bottom line is the toothpaste is out of the tube, and now everybody's offering. There's no clarity to. You can say collectives, you can say you can't offer before, but crap, man, there's dang offers going on from here to Timbuktu, and now it's just out of control.
That's where the NCAA is being so feckless. They're not in control.
They're totally out of control.
They're not in control. Nobody knows what the hell the rule is. And I think that's where Saban was going with this. He really screwed up by mentioning Texas A&M by name, in my opinion, and Jackson State.
Oh, yeah, you put yourself out there for sure. Luke, we appreciate it, brother. We got to roll because we got comments coming in. We got Jason coming up here in just a little bit. But thanks, brother.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Appreciate it so much.
Wasn't Nick Saban also the one that said the quarterback at Alabama has a seven-figure?
He did say that. Look,
before he gets on campus.
Right. He did. That's a seven-figure deal. Look, I'm telling you right now, there was an element of PO-ness by Nick Saban for having to be at that daggum whatever fireside chat thing because he hates doing that stuff. Okay, so he didn't want to be there, and so he had a weak moment because he was mad. And I'm with Luke. I when he opened his mouth, I definitely think he knew what he was saying. But I think at the end of the day, he went, "Oh, well, here we go." You know, I've kind of gone over the line a little bit. And then that's when Jimbo fired back, and then Deion joined in, and you got all this other stuff coming in. So, I mean, he didn't. Do you think? I'm not cutting down the World Games. I think it's good that we got him. But Nick Saban, do you think he cares?
No.
Okay. All right.
I tend to be with you. I'm not sure Nick Saban does anything without having some.
He's calculating.
But I don't think that. I think Luke may be giving a little bit too much credit. I think he was kind of going off the cuff here, and then he was like, "Okay, I shouldn't have gotten this."
We got some comments. We'll read them in a minute.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Fun show so far. Be sure to give us a call if you got something on your mind. 256-234-6221. You can also dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z. And comment away to Ty, and to answer Ty's question, one of them of the comments, they will be 2 9-inning games today. No, they will not be 7-inning games. So Auburn in the doubleheader today, 2 9-inning games, and that to I don't know. Ty chiming in on a question on a conversation we had last week about who the 3 were for the Oakland A's. Mark Mulder was the 3rd.
Look at there, Mark Mulder.
Could not come up.
There you go. We can rely on.
Hudson,
we got.
Cito.
Let me just say, we've got some very reliable, great viewers and fans of the show that tune us in religiously to help us when you ask me a question that totally catches me off guard and go, "No, what's his name again?" And I'm like, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for throwing.
I tried it.
You know, I'm sitting fastball, and you drop a curve in on. That's what Andy. He's gonna drop it off speed. Ed said it was funny So funny for Nate Oates sitting next to Saban thinking, speak for yourself, coach. I used NIL to get the number 3 recruiting class above all the other blue bloods in the country. Jerry said, if Saban doesn't finish first in everything, he's going to whine and run to his buddy Emmett.
I think that's the definition of narcissism. Right?
To change the rules. Kudos to Jimbo for standing his ground and blasting his A. So he said somebody did ask him if he was accusing Saban of cheating, and Jimbo said, I didn't say that. So what did he say? What was he saying? Here's the thing. When you call a press conference and you pissed off,
I think that's exactly what he said.
So, but Jimbo should have come back with some memo. This was his opportunity. Everybody was watching. You had everybody's attention. You're like, this guy right here, he just went on a rant, called him a narcissist, called him God, everything you wanted to. And then he just said, okay, I'm done. And
well, the problem is, like all these assistants, they know because they've been there, but it's not like they could say, okay, on May the 22nd, 2011, I paid so-and-so this amount of dollars, and here's the receipt. It doesn't work that way. Now, do they know this happened, that went on? Of course they do. Do they know specifics? Can they get specific about it? Probably not.
Bill said NIL is wide open for abuse. Here are 2 head coaches pointing fingers. You can also bet there will be locker room issues among players as well. Hey, they got to all deal with all this stuff. I said the Spider-Man meme on steroids right here, and if you don't know what I mean, it's 2 guys dressed as Spider-Man pointing at one another, and it's like, who's the real one? That's really what it is because, look, take Nick Saban out. Now let's go to Jimbo Fisher. That Florida State run for him and the crap he did while Jameis Winston was down there, you better kind of tread lightly because you know what? Eventually, and I hate to say it, I always hate him from an Auburn standpoint because we probably should have won a national championship, and Mr. Illegal Jameis out there probably should have been in jail, and instead was protected and coveted by Jimbo Fisher because he knew that was his ticket to get to the next level, to get another big, huge contract or pay raise. So he protected him. And when everybody was watching, and he did everything, and when he was blatantly caught in all kind of stuff, and one thing after another kept coming up about his behavior at Florida State and the things that he did and going in the grocery store and stealing the crab legs and standing up on the table in the lunchroom at Florida State and basically losing his mind and saying a bunch of stuff, but he just projected him as a model citizen, Yeah. And he ended up letting him play, and so that's then Jimbo leaves in the middle of the night, leaves Florida State in a total
and has never recovered.
Total disaster. Left the Christmas tree on the side of the road. Just hit the road and signed a $75 million upfront contract with Texas A&M. And Justin said, I bet Jimbo could get specific. Heck, he said, we almost can. Sticks and stuff, T-Town Menswear, the whole Tua family moved to Alabaster from Hawaii. There's ammo out there. Here's the thing. Luke's willing to bet no details will come out on accusations. And I tend to side with him on that because, again, Jimbo's been involved in doing the same stuff. But what if he were to? Boy, you talk about going to the next level.
It's mutually assured destruction, right?
That's right. That's what it is. I mean, is he willing to go on and tear his own house down, Because he's so set off by Nick Saban, or Nick Saban's eventually just rubbed him to the point where I ain't listening to that guy no more. I'm sick of him. Everybody thinking he's done it the right way, and he's been doing this. I'm about to tell everybody how he's done it, and I'm about to give you these specifics. Will he do that? Probably not. Could he do it?
Greg Sankey's going to make a phone call to say, no, we're not going to do that because it's in the benefit of all of ours.
He may tell Greg Sankey.
Everybody just be quiet.
Well, right.
And
exactly.
Now, it takes somebody, like you said, it takes somebody to be so angry to say,
he's pretty angry.
I don't care.
He's pretty angry.
I hadn't seen anybody quite like that in the league.
His lip was quivering, and, when somebody gets to a point, if you watch it, when somebody's shaking and doing that right there, They've hit probably they're in the red.
Yeah,
as they say in Pulp Fiction, he's like, I'm in the red, man.
Yeah.
On the RPM gauge on the car.
Now,
so I'm about to blow.
somebody could also look at that and say, and I'm sure from somebody, on the other side of it, an Alabama fan would look at that and say, methinks he doth protest too much.
Yep.
Right. So obviously he's projecting. So
true.
I'm sure there's.
Bill said too much dirty laundry for any coach to get specific.
It's just like, I think it's just nice for us to sit on the sideline and watch these two hurl insults at one another and just not be in the line of fire for once.
Justin said, what would Jimbo have done if Saban walked in that press conference? Been pretty interesting to see.
That would have been very. Hope gets another break. When we come back, hopefully we come back. Jason Caldwell from inside the Auburn Tigers right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Pass with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comment section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need three things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually four. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker,
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Just about a couple more segments left in today's show. Going to go to the phone line and welcome in our good friend Jason Caldwell from inside the Auburn Tigers. Jason, thank you so much for being with us today. Auburn got a very important three-game series. They got postponed last night, got a doubleheader today up in Kentucky. Softball starting as well, the regional out in Clemson. Auburn gets a commitment from a defensive lineman, Morris Joseph. A lot going on right now. Let's start. What can you tell us about Morris Joseph and Auburn's latest commitment?
Yeah, just really a defensive line piece, a guy that is, you look at him at 275 or so, a guy that will be more of an interior defensive lineman, probably do some things that you'll get from, Colby Wooden, a guy that can play, maybe a strong side end at times, but then play inside in kind of a 3-4 look too. So, yeah, just they needed bodies. They needed another piece, and there's not those edge guys out there that you look at and you go, need that pass rush guy. And they're just not those guys out there right now. And so because of that, for Auburn, you're probably going to be playing more true 3-4 look at times, and so need extra help in for those three positions, and so that's what you get from a guy like Joseph.
What about Auburn up in Kentucky? Obviously, this incredibly important series. It obviously got implications as far as the SEC tournament is concerned, as far as Auburn's playoff future is concerned. Yeah, no, it's a big one when you start talking about everything involved. Obviously, Auburn has secured a spot in the SEC tournament. Auburn has secured a spot in the NCAA tournament. Now you're looking to improve your standing. And so, for Auburn, that means, the first and foremost, the thing you want to do is secure a top 4 spot in the Hoover next week. One win and a loss by LSU would do that. Georgia lost at home last night to Missouri. So that's one of those teams out of the way. And then LSU and Vandy are playing each other. So it means LSU won the first game. That's already basically one win, and Vandy would be out. So now you're looking at it. If Vandy can win another game, if Auburn wins at least one, then you would have wrapped up a top 4 spot in the SEC tournament. Would have a bye on Tuesday. So that's kind of where it starts, and then probably 2 wins to be a host, and that's the next step. That's the next goal for the Auburn baseball program, and that's what they've been wanting to do since Butch Thompson got here. A couple of wins this weekend, against Kentucky, and Auburn would have done that with their RPI. So that's just kind of that one step at a time now for these guys.
Yeah, and you want to keep momentum. Auburn's been playing extremely well lately, and you want to continue to build on that. The last thing you'd want to do is go up to Kentucky and lose 2 or 3 or get swept or just, want to carry some momentum. A good opportunity to kind of, like you said, clinch a lot of things this weekend if you can go up here and win 2 games. And this is a Kentucky team that's only got 10 wins in conference play, but you can't take them lightly. They're fighting for their life, and Auburn knows that, and they've really got to play well, and we all know that. That's kind of a tongue-in-cheek statement. But let's just talk about that. If they can get 2 wins, become a top 8 national seed in the country, that means, Jason, if they get a regional at home, and then if they win their regional, they'll host a super regional, so they'll have a home run all the way through to Omaha, and that's huge.
It is, yeah. No, that's the goal, kind of starting out for the year. So hey, try to play at home and stay at home, and to advance to Omaha. That's the goal. That's what you're looking for. And you're right. And this weekend is one of those that you're right. You look at Kentucky and only 10 wins in the league, but they've beaten Tennessee at home. Nobody else has beaten them anywhere, and they beat Georgia at home. So they got two really impressive home series wins this year. But for Auburn, they just continue what they've done, which is hey, take care of business. Worry about the next pitch and the next out. They've done a good job of not thinking ahead, and that'll be important this weekend.
27 runs by Tennessee last night over Mississippi State. This Mississippi State team has not just fallen from grace; they've plummeted, and ball stretch is not going to make it to Hoover. This is a massive decline for a very strong program. But Tennessee, we knew they were going to be a very good baseball team, but I don't think anybody saw this coming from Tennessee. And we know baseball's fickle. You can do all that Tennessee's done, and you can get in postseason and you get knocked out. Do you see this team, though, making it all the way through Omaha and winning a national championship, Jason?
Yeah, who knows when you get out there, because it's such a different game playing at that stadium. It's such a, it takes the home runs out of play a lot of times. But Tennessee can pitch it. That's the thing. I mean, last night, a guy has a no-hitter through 6 innings, and they're scoring 20 runs. I'll say this, them playing at home in that small ballpark, I would be shocked if they don't get to Omaha, and that's what you got to do first. We've seen teams lose before, but it's getting warm. The ball's carrying more and more. Tennessee playing at home in that ballpark, I just don't think anyway that there's going to be anybody to go up there and beat them in Knoxville. And you get in Omaha with their pitching depth, talent that they've got, and having those built-in days off in between, they'd be pretty tough to beat.
One final thing, softball up in Clemson. The regional begins today, 2:30, Auburn and Louisiana Lafayette. I look at this, and I think Auburn is not in a bad regional here. I think Louisiana Lafayette might be the most dangerous team. If Auburn can take care of them today, now that would be saying something, but I think they may be in charge here.
Yeah, I think they got the toughest. I think the toughest number 3 in the entire NCAA tournament field is what Auburn faces on day one. I think Louisiana as a 3 seed is the best team. I mean, they're ranked. They're really good offensively and in the circle. So if you're Auburn, you may feel much better if you can just get through day one, and that's the thing. You start looking at the challenge of facing a team like Louisiana. So if you're Auburn, you can start swinging the bat a little bit, get something going on, then you might put yourself in a pretty good position.
Jason, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Talk to you later, man.
Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz on the way right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you, closing things out with one final segment on today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. It is a strange world that we live in.
It ain't, man. That's
and
not
it gets
even,
stranger by the day.
That doesn't even scratch the surface.
No.
It doesn't.
We are brought to you each and every day by three wonderful sponsors here on the Auburn Blitz. Russell Dewitt Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check them out today. Also, Mortgage Pro. The Eric McKinley team, they are literally saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgages. It is a great time to refinance, but it may not be for long. So you give them a call today, find out what your interest rate is. They might can find you a better one, 256-397-0248.
I saw something the other day where the only crime that's down right now is arson. Can't nobody afford to burn something. They can't afford to go get gas, go burn anything down.
Can't afford match.
I'm not trying to make light of that. That's not. But seriously, when you see this whole stat sheet on crime, and every crime's up except for arson, you go, well, I know why.
It costs
$6 a gallon.
Oh, my goodness.
It's the only silver lining I've seen to the gas price.
I guess. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. And speaking of don't burn it down real estate, Big Fish Real Estate. 551 Big Fish. Look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com for all your real estate needs here in Lake Martin. area as well as down there on the coast. So give them a call today. It is May 20th. You know what happened on May 20th, 1994?
1994?
Yeah.
May 20th, 1994? You graduated.
I graduated from high school.
I was pretty close. I knew I was.
It's been a while, Brett.
Well, you just let that cat out of the bag.
Coming up on a.
The reason I'm sitting there trying
30 years.
I'm sitting there trying to make an association. Well, what would be going on in May, late May, and in the mid-90s?
You were only 1 year behind me,
I was
by the way.
only 10 years behind you, but I mean, but you're right. That has been a lot of water under the bridge and over the dam since then. And my son and his class were at Senior Honors Day today.
Yeah.
So this is the official start of that last 8 days up until graduation. This time next week,
Hoorah.
We'll be getting ready, which is still very weird to me that I'm like, do I really have a senior in high school? Well, the one that's about to graduate, not a senior anymore.
Yeah.
He's done and about to head off to college. So it's just,
blink, you'll have an empty house, right?
Well, yeah, my youngest will be going into 8th grade. So.
Well, it is May the 20th, 1964, an interesting day. Joe Frazier lost on points in a qualifying match to Buster Mathis. Buster Mathis was going to represent the United States at the Olympics, but he hurt his thumb. So he had to be replaced by Joe Frazier, who went on to win the gold medal and become heavyweight champion of the world.
How about that?
Would his career have been the same? I wonder if he'd have gone on.
Mathis, what would Mathis?
Who's to say?
That's right.
1984 on this day, Roger Clemens defeated the Twins 5-4 for his first Major League Baseball victory. It's just a terrible shame that there's such a stigma about his career now. What a phenomenal pitcher.
A lot of those guys in that era just are erased. They'll never get in, and you failed to leave. 64, 84, you should have added 94.
I should have. Happy birthday on this day, James Stewart. It's a wonderful. It's a Wonderful Life.
That's right. Merry Christmas.
That's one of your favorites, right?
It is.
No, White Christmas is one of your favorites.
White Christmas is great.
Yeah, I love it.
World War
That's a good
II.
one too. Yeah, no doubt. Bud Grant, former head coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Still alive, too. Tough old bird. He went out there and accepted an award in a short-sleeve shirt, and it was like -5 degrees. Stan Mikita, Hall of Famer, NHL. Joe Cocker.
Razorblade voice.
Theme song of The Wonder Years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Little help from my friends. Yeah. If I sing out of tune, that was.
He always does.
Yeah. Cher, born on this day, 1946.
How about that?
Her skin is, I think, 2010-ish, but 1946 she was born. Dave Thomas.
You say she's had a little work?
A little bit, maybe.
Dave Thomas, the Wendy's Dave Thomas?
This is not Dave Thomas, the Wendy's Dave Thomas. This is Dave Thomas. Have you ever seen the movie Strange Brew?
No, I haven't.
Hilarious movie. He was like him and Rick Moranis.
Oh, really?
The two Canadian guys that love to drink beer.
Okay.
Very, very funny. I would highly recommend that to all of you out there. Jane Weedland, the Go-Go's.
Okay.
Yeah. Founding member, by the way, Bronson Pinchot. You're a big Balky Bartakamus fan, right? Perfect Strangers? No,
I didn't watch Perfect
How
Strangers.
about Eddie Mostly, Beverly Hills Cop? He was in that. He had like a cameo in that.
Yeah, okay.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Tony Goldwyn, he killed Patrick Swayze in Ghost.
Yeah.
And people hated him. I mean, hated
Like
him.
he killed
Gave
him in real
sent
life.
him death threats.
Like he killed him in real
yeah.
life.
David Wells. He threw a perfect game.
David
Said he was drunk.
Well,
or hungover.
Have you ever seen a more baggy, unkept pitcher, like just
unathletic,
just baggy shirt and pants, everything?
He had his own style for sure. Todd Stottlemyre. How about this guy?
Oh, here we go. The reverse.
Burger drops back. Tillman.
Georgia Tech.
1986.
The reverse.
Yeah. All right. Lawyer Tillman, born in the state. Got his autograph in the Auburn Mall in in like 1988.
I got his
thing
autograph at Fan Day in my Jams shorts. Still got that picture, but what? Good Lord have mercy.
Timothy Oilplant, Tony Stewart, Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
Born on this day, 1972. It's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Hope you have a great weekend. He's Brett. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.